All right, ladies and gentlemen. So the president just posted something on Truth Social here just moments ago. And what you're seeing is we're about to get into some real-time conflict. And this is what the president of the United States posted on Truth Social. This is in retribution. Let me know how the audio is there in the chat. This is in retribution for yesterday's bombing of ships by Iran. He reposted an image from open source intel, and the Donald says retribution. Ladies and gentlemen, this is monumental, and the sources are coming in as they speak, but I believe there's a lot of retribution to be handed out right now. Let me know how the audio is. I hope it is. Somebody says get to the point. Get wherever you want to be, I guess. I'm sorry, you don't feed me, fund me, or you know what. So we'll get to the point whenever we want. But there is massive airstrikes occurring right now in Iran. Bombs are dropping again in Iran at the direction of the commander-in-chief. U.S. Central Command forces have started conducting additional strikes against Iran to further degrade their ability to threaten freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. The United States is holding Iran accountable for recent unjustified aggression against commercial shipping, civilian crews freely navigating. So this is going to get very Western very quick. And when you have the president of the United States coming out and saying, well, you know, we're going to get some retribution, that's the kind of talk that I'm all about. Trump declares ceasefire with Iran over during angry summit at NATO. We've got more stuff coming in right now. IRGC barracks are being targeted. Let me see if I can pull this up here. This is their barracks where these people, you know, live. And their website is horrible. This is exactly what needs to happen. This is exactly what's needed to happen. We've got more strikes coming in here from Chabahar. This is right off. I'll pull up a map and show you this, but there's more stuff happening here. Guys, I don't think the president is meaning to pull any punches, so to speak, right now. And I think a lot of us can probably agree that it's about damn time. Not that I'm questioning the decisions that the president has made, but this needs to occur quickly. That bomb has thank you for your attention to this matter, which I think is absolutely amazing. I want to go through some of what's actually occurring. Now we've got reports. I think this is Abu Musa. This is another small little chain of islands right here in the strait. Maybe the UAE has taken the island back. How about it? But this is going to last for a while. Now, the other thing that I want to point out is the IRGC leaders are fleeing the area. Several Iranian planes with their transponders turned off are departing from Mebrahad Airport, all heading east, presumably a location in fear of airstrike. They're probably going to Pakistan or Afghanistan. Now, I can't read this chicken scratch, but I had one of my roosters down at the barn tell me that was what was said, okay? And now we have the IRGC actively fleeing. How credible does this make everything happening right now? I want to get some more source here. Open source intel is fantastic. Let's see here. IRGC aligned media reports that retaliation has begun against U.S. and allied targets. This is 44 minutes ago. So they're going to be targeting Bahrain. They're going to be targeting Kuwait. They're going to be targeting Ali al-Salim. They're going to be targeting any of these U.S. military bases in that area. We've got more stuff here. This is, wait, let me pull this back here. This is more footage of some of these strikes. Let's see here. Here we go. More footage of an American airstrike hitting the Iranian port of Chabahar. We can pull up a map and show you where that is, but I think by now we know exactly where it is. This is where their little mosquito boats are. See this? There's no audio on this one. Mosquito boats, goodbye. That's what I'm seeing right now. And I think it's exactly what needs to happen. Okay, so we've got U.S. Air Force strikes reportedly caused significant damage to the Laven Island refinery. The president said this morning in his speech at NATO that he was going to target Karg Island and possibly take Karg Island. Okay? Here we go. Time to reinstate the blockade on Iran. Finish the job. I love that. I'm all about all of this. It is time to finish the job. Okay, here we go. We're getting closer into Karg Island now. Chogadak Bushehr province, Iran, has just been hit. Here's some images of the Bushehr province. Now, these are all major oil refineries, oil depots, oil storage. So they're not targeting civilian facilities, which is exactly what the Iranians would love. They would love that because then they can get the simpage from all these other places. Okay, the Marine Traffic Control Tower, Shahidi Pier, looks heavily damaged. Let me slow that down a second here. Look at the side of that. It's blown off. This tower is blown off. Wow. Okay, we've got more footage here or more imagery coming in. This is what needs to occur right now. I want to get an idea from all of you in the chat. Is this the way that we get these people to stop? I see somebody said FAFO. If you believe this is the FAFO, one for yes, two for no. Do you think this is the escalation that needs to occur right now? Let's see. Trump called these people a cancer. He called them dangerous. These are all airstrikes happening within the hour. Okay, I want to put a comment here. Let's see if I want to see how many of you agree with this. Should we try to take Karg Island? Yes or no in the chat. Should we try? I don't say try. I say deploy the Marines and take it. There's a lot of people that doubt our capabilities, and I feel sorry for anyone that doubts the United States Marine Corps, doubts the United States Navy. Look at this. I'm really trying to find if there's any. Somebody says it's the only way. Gene, is there anyone that thinks there's another way to negotiate with Iran? Does anyone else in the chat, or is there anyone in the chat think that we can negotiate our way out of this? It's like I've been in bar fights. I'm retired from the Navy. I got all the tattoos to prove it, right? There reaches a point when you're in a bar fight where you realize you're about to get hit in the face. You're going to get hit in the face, maybe with a beer bottle. But you either, I think at some point you're either, you take the first punch or you give the first punch. And that's exactly what's occurring right now. We've been exchanging these little jabs and things like that with Iran, but I think now we're past the point of jabs. This is knockout punch time, is what this is. This is knockout. And I believe that's exactly what they're going to do. Trump has already said that he wants to take Carg Island, take some of these facilities. Let me see here. After declaring the MOU over, Trump threatens new strikes, blockade, and seizure of Carg Island at the NATO summit. I believe he did this on purpose. He waited until he was on the world stage to do this. That is my thoughts here. I want to go here and get this. It looks like Fox has something coming in here.
Our Fox News alert, this just coming in. CENTCOM has just announced U.S. strikes in Iran have begun. This after President Trump says the ceasefire with Iran is over. After Tehran launched new attacks on commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz, the U.S. responded with a wave of strikes on nearly 100 targets inside Iran. Now we have a new wave that just begun, new attacks in Iran. Correspondent Lucas Tomlinson is live there now, rather in Turkey, with more. Hey, Lucas.
Well, good afternoon, Will. For a second consecutive night, U.S. forces are carrying out airstrikes inside Iran. This is something that President Trump said earlier here at a NATO summit in Ankara, Turkey, that would probably happen in response to Iran targeting those 3 commercial vessels in the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump saying earlier today the ceasefire with Iran is over, but he does not see the war restarting. He did say he could reach back for this on the high seas, Will.
And we may put down the blockade. We may put it back, the blockade. And it'll only be a blockade for Iran. Anybody else can have whatever they want.
Now, here in Ankara, Trump said behind closed doors he gets along with most of the other 31 nations in the NATO alliance. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte crediting Trump with boosting NATO defense spending, calling it the Trump trillion. Trump met with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and said he wants Ukraine to be able to make their own Patriot air defense missiles. That's something President Trump said is going to happen. Trump did reserve his only public denunciation today for one NATO member earlier today.
Spain is a wasted cause. We don't want to do any trade business with Spain anymore, by the way. I'd like you to cut it off. Spain is a terrible partner in NATO. They don't participate.
I can't think of anything that I get from Spain except Spanish rice, right? It was Spanish rice. That's the only thing I can think of. Some of the people in the chat have some of the greatest comments. I want to say that some of the greatest comments, and I'm trying to highlight them all.
They don't pay. I don't want anything to do with Spain. Cut off all trade with Spain, please, including visits. Okay.
President Trump is on his way back home tonight. Obviously not the only American jets in the air after the U.S. military ordering a second round of airstrikes by the order of the commander-in-chief, of course, President Trump. And before leaving, President Trump says he's not made a final decision on selling those F-35 stealth fighter jets to the Turks. Will?
Should we sell F-35 stealth fighter jets to the Turkish? I don't know if that's a good idea. I really don't believe that's a good idea, because that is a capability that once we give it away, we don't know who else is going to get it. The Chinese, the North Koreans, the Russians. I don't like the idea of giving that level of technology away. I'd love to get your opinion on there. I want to run through some of these. General Keane, I love this guy. He's all about just punching these people in the face.
Keane,
Morning.
General, let me just set you up with President Trump talking about what could be hit or not in Iran.
We're not attacking at the highest level. The highest level are the bridges, which we can knock down. I would say in one day we knock down every single bridge in Iran. There's not a thing they can do about it. Their electric manufacturing facilities, right? Their electric plants where they make their electricity in there. We will, if we have to, we'll take them out. I don't want to do that, but if we have to, we'll take them out. They have desalinization plants. We'll take them out if we have to. I hate to do that. That's probably the one I would like not to do least.
General, your sense of where we are right now on this?
Well, clearly we got violations of the ceasefire here now repeatedly, and the United States is not going to stand for that. You know, for our audience to understand, when Iran looks at the Straits of Hormuz, they really see that as a strategic asset. And controlling that is equivalent in their minds to having nuclear weapons. And I'm not over exaggerating this. And the reality is, why is that? Because it gives them significant strategic influence in the region, geopolitical blackmail in a sense. It gives them leverage to bend the nations in the region to their will if they're controlling the flow of oil out of the Gulf. That's the reality of it. Their strategic objectives from the outset have been what? One, dominate and control the Middle East. Two, control the distribution of oil out of the Gulf, destroy Israel, drive the United States out. So,
do you agree with Trump saying take out all the bridges, take out all the energy, take out the desalinization plants? I do. Somebody mentioned something about my tattoo. Yeah, there's some green on that, and it doesn't, you know, the green screen takes it out. I'm a sailor. Sorry, I got a bunch of tattoos. Breaking news, Iran to hold emergency meetings. They're concerned that there are no more virgins in the afterlife since Chuck Norris went to heaven, went to wherever they think that they go. Wow. Looking Glass, have you ever been to Spain? Yeah, I've been to Spain. Rota, Pamplona. I did the running of the bulls, man. Valencia, Madrid, been all over Spain. I think it's time to just take the damn gloves off. We're at the 25th anniversary of 9/11. We know Iran is responsible for some of that. We're in the 250th anniversary of our country. We just had the 30th anniversary of Khobar Towers. We're coming up. 9/11 is also the same day that Benghazi was hit. I don't believe, and we've got a president that was maybe, there was some funny business that kept him out of office. So I think Trump has every damn reason to put his foot on their neck, put their chin on the curb, and perform the damn dragon kick, I think somebody said in there. Okay? President Trump tried to be nice. I agree. Forever long live the United States. Absolutely. Now, there's some other stuff that came out about the whole situation with Air Force One. Apparently, they took Air Force One and they took the new Air Force One to Turkey. The new Air Force One was flown to RAF Mildenhall, RAF Lakenheath. It's in like the about 100 miles north of London, to an Air Force base. I don't know why they did that, other than Trump may have gotten intelligence, or someone surrounding him, that the Iranians were going to target Air Force One with him on it. I've seen some of that coming out, and I want to find out as much as I can from that. Here we go. President Trump just landed near the new, okay, this is coming in right now as we speak. This is coming in right now. Awesome. President Trump just landed near the new Air Force One. Huge group of U.S. service members showed up at RAF Mildenhall base to view it. We just landed, met up with new Air Force One, which was sent earlier, so we could show the wonderful service members as per the entire base's request. They were very excited. Enclosed, picture enclosed, it was on our way back to the States. Guys, do you think that this was there something else to this? To fly both Air Force Ones and park the new one? Do you think that Trump or the security detail, I'm sure the new Air Force One has been went over like a fine-tooth comb, but do you think that maybe he was worried, or someone was worried, that the new Air Force One might have some kill switch or something like that. Okay? Good friend of mine, Robert O'Neill, was posting here. President Trump's flying the... Okay, here we go. Here's Trump talking about this. This caught my eye and made me scratch my head.
Why aren't you flying the new plane home?
Say what?
Why aren't you flying on the new Air Force One home?
It's flying to Europe, to one of the big bases, 2 or 3 of the big bases, where we can show it to the people. And we'll be going home by normal methods. But we have it going to Europe, to a couple of bases, actually one in particular, but it's going to go to a couple of bases, stop, so the soldiers can see it, because it's truly magnificent.
Why aren't you flying the new plane home?
Okay, I believe the president, but I also don't believe in coincidences. There's a reason it's sitting in England. Yes, I believe there is something else to this, and I don't know what it is. President Trump boards the new Air Force One in Mildenhall. He's getting on the new one now, flying back to the States. Let's go here. And the audio is probably going to be loud. It's on the tarmac. Let me turn that down. Okay. Okay, so he's getting on the new Air Force One here. I've seen so many of these leftist YouTube channels going on about Trump's tired, he looks tired. Yeah, he's flown across around the world, for all you flat earthers, around the world. Somebody says Iran wanted to target him, so he switched planes. The media should not have said anything. The media is not the president's friend. You know that. You know, the media would love nothing more than for something to happen. They would love this. Okay? Now, I want to get back to some coverage of what's going on in Iran, because it is heating up. The United States military, okay, here we go. Fire scene burning. We've got more stuff happening here. This is in southern Iran, the Bushehr province. We've already seen some of that. Okay, and now we've got more footage hitting that. Okay, so we're seeing the same sort of thing. They are hammering these ports. Let me grab this. Let me grab this map so I can pull this up and see right here. Let's go here. I want to see exactly where they're hammering this, and these airstrikes are up to date right now. Okay, here we go. So you can see these red missiles here. Those are the new strikes that are occurring right now. These red strikes that are occurring. Bandar Abbas, we've got Musa, we're launching strikes over here at Bushehr. I mean, this is getting kinetic, I think is the wrong word. I think this is raining down like Sodom and Gomorrah on these people. Now, the problem is, or I wouldn't say problem, but the real threat is right across the water in Manama, Bahrain. That's the United States Navy's 5th Fleet headquarters. And then the other area is Kuwait City. And Ali Salim is, I want to say Ali Salim is down here. You've also got the deep water port of Shuaibah, which is right here. This is where every piece of equipment that went to Iraq came through. So these targets are very reachable by the Iranians. Now, I will say this. The United States Navy has moved in closer to the strait. Before, they were much further out. They were out here about Muscat, and they were flying sorties. They're moving in closer. This is probably 150 miles closer, so that the sorties from this aircraft can reach further. The other thing that we're not seeing, that a lot of people won't talk about because they have no clue about, are the airstrikes, not airstrikes, the sea to land strikes of Tomahawks coming from the USS Georgia, the USS the Alabama, the Florida, the Michigan, and the Ohio, the SSGNs, these former Trident nuclear missile submarines that had their first 8 missile tubes removed, not really removed, reconfigured to carry Tomahawks. And they carry a payload of about 230 Tomahawks per submarine. I was on a submarine and we launched some Tomahawks, and we launched about 12 Tomahawks, maybe 14. I can't remember. We're going back 30 years ago. In minutes, in about a minute and a half, we were at periscope depth. We were leveled off. We got the confirmation. We got the down. We got the go ahead. The Tomahawks were gone in minutes. Once the launch order is given, it's like that. It is gone. And then we go deep and nobody knows where we're at. It's just like I do some of the trolls here. I flush them, right? That's exactly what's happening. And this is what's occurring right now. So everyone is focusing on the airstrikes from the planes because that's all anyone can see. That's all anyone knows right now. Nobody is talking about the naval effect here, because nobody knows anything. I don't know of any. I know of one other submariner on YouTube, and he doesn't talk about the conflict. I'll tell you this: 47 million men and women have served in the United States military. 200,000 submariners. So you do the math. Finish Iran. A lot of people are aligned with that. A lot of people are agreeing with you on finish Iran. Let's go. I want to get back to some of these other. Some of this other footage that's coming in right now. Let's see here. He's targeting the IRGC heavily.
Israel with the latest there. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Brian. We don't have reaction yet from the Israeli government. They're remaining quiet following President Trump saying that the memorandum of understanding, he thinks it is off. But what the president has said is that the U.S. needs to finish the job and Iran will not have a nuclear weapon.
Okay.
The denuclearization of Iran, and we're going to denuke it. We're not going to let them because they're crazy and they can't have a nuclear weapon.
They are crazy. We cannot allow them to have a nuclear weapon. I want to see what else they've got here. The same old talking heads. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The AP just released some footage here. This will be entertaining. Buckle up, grab your popcorn, grab your, I like Crunch and Munch.
وای وای خیلی وحشتناک بود باور فرض یا باور فرض
That's a good question. Can't finish Iran, you spelled that wrong, can't finish Iran without American boots on the ground. So this was Bandar Abbas. I want to show you where Bandar Abbas is. Bandar Abbas is right here. This is where all their mosquito boats are coming in. This is where the mosquito boats are. This is where all of the little problems are. How many of you agree with Gerald that we can't finish Iran without boots on the ground? Gerald, I don't think I agree with that fully, but this is Bandar Abbas. This is a very important port. Their mosquito boats, the little gnats that run around threatening everyone, that's where we're seeing right all of this. Let's see. If you want technical military side, Ben, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Brian. That's really amazing. WWG1WGA, MAGA. Thank you, DJ Rosenberg, conservative. Can we do bumper busters where the IRGC flew today? Yes, I believe they are going to. The bunker busters are probably being deployed right now. They are probably happening right now. I think, look at this. We're already hitting much further in. That tells me there is some target here. Look. They're hitting That's probably, I'm looking at the measurement here. That is probably 100 miles inland from Bandar Abbas. So I want to zoom in as close as I can and see what would be in the middle of a mountain. Hold on, let's see here. Look at this. Look at that. That's as close of an image I can really get that they've targeted. This footage is real time from the map that I use, or it's very little delay. I'll tell you that. Look at this. So they're dropping airstrikes 150, 180 miles inland. That tells me that the gloves are off. I mean, what was that movie, Rocky, when he was like, finish him to Apollo Creed, right? Look at this. Look at this other storage facility they're targeting. Other storage facilities being targeted. Here we go. David Gooch, one of my Saudi military vets. A glass factory needs no boots on the grounds, VB. Let me ask you this. I want to put this to a vote in the chat. Is it time to unleash epic fury? 99% of you say yes. We may have the liberal trolls even voted for this. Let me put this. I want to put can we finish Iran without boots on the ground? I want to I spelled ground wrong. I don't want to make fun of anyone misspelling things and then me misspell it. That would make me a hypocrite. Polls in the chat. Military veterans, people with any level of common sense. I want you to let me know, can we finish Iran without boots on the ground? That is a hell of a theory right there. Okay. Trump just said he's on. I've got to play this because I really haven't seen this clip myself. I need to hear this myself.
They're bad people, very bad people. I think they're incompetent, by the way. Because if they were competent, they would have made a deal a long time ago, like, how about 47 years ago? So they've been in trouble for 47 years, and we took out their first set of leaders, we took out their second set of leaders. They want to take out the U.S. leader, me. I'm on every list. I saw a thing this morning, I'm on every single one of their lists. And so far, I guess I've been a little bit lucky, but that maybe doesn't last very long, because that's the way it goes. But we have great people. But these are evil, sick people, and we have to rid their cancer. They're cancer. And you know what you do? You got to cut out cancer early. Man, that's the way I feel. They're bad people, very bad.
Okay, so I had to hear that for myself. Billy Jack.
Yeah, please.
Hold on, let me grab. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut in some other audio. Billy Jack brings up a great comment. I need to put that up here. Boots on the ground equals dead American soldiers. Trump won't allow them to die for these scumbags. I don't believe so either, Billy Jack. I think you're right about that. I think Trump really, we've got new members joining. James Cromack just became a member. Thank you, James. Celebrating 3 months of membership. God bless you. Really appreciate that. Got some super chats rolling in here from G-Dub. Sorry if I missed your hey. Hands tied. Love you all. Thank you, G-Dub. Out in Compton, California. I don't have my hat. Man, I'm slumming it today. I got on the wife beater t-shirt. And yeah, it's hot, right? It's been sweating like a whore in church all day. And I believe the Iranians are sweating right now, too. I think they are really, really in a pickle. Let's just say that, to say it nicely. There's more. Okay, we've got another clip from Trump. I need to play this as well. I want to see this. This was him taking questions about what would happen in NATO.
Last month, you said Iranian leaders were very rational people, nice people to deal with, strong people, smart people. Today, you said they were scum, sick people, and being led by sick people. What changed, and do you think...
I got to know them. So I've said that about a lot. Now, when you say rational...
Look at Marco Rubio whenever he says, I got to know him. Watch Marco.
Changed, and do you think...
I got to know him. So I've said that about a lot. Now, when you say rational... I think they're much more rational than level 1, level 2. Level 1 is gone, level 2 is gone. This is level 3. I think they are more rational, but based on their actions over the last week or two, they're not doing a service to the people. And I'm not sure I want to make a deal with them. We can play games, but I'm not sure I want to make a deal. Let's just finish the job.
Mr. President, it seems that the war with Iran may start again. What do you expect from your European allies?
I don't think it's going to start again. I think it's going to go very quickly. They hit a couple of ships, and so we hit them much harder. When they hit, we hit 10 times harder. You know, we hit much harder than they do. We have a lot better equipment than they do. We may even, somebody asked before, do you think you'll hit them tonight? I said, we might. Yeah, we might. But when they hit, we hit. You know, it's what we use their language. We speak their language. No, I don't think so. I think anything that happens is going to be over very quickly, and we'll only make it safer, including for oil. Oil is going to be very free, very easy, and no, anything that happens is going to happen very fast. We're not looking for long term. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I saw a comment here. Carrie Howell. Kerry says there are 60 million boots on the ground in Iran right now. The Mossad is arming the civilians who will take over the ground warfare. Can anybody confirm that? Do you think that is a real possibility? That's Kerry. I want to say thank you for that comment, because that gets me to thinking as well that there very well could be other boots on the ground. Listen to this.
Everything's gone. Their leaders are gone. They had leaders, they're gone. And they had another set of leaders, they're gone. Now they have another set of leaders, they may be gone. Who knows? And you know what? I may be gone too, because I'm their number one target. It's out all over the place. I'm their number one because they're scum. That's the way they act. And that's the way they've done it for 47 years. But I'm doing what's right for the country. I'm doing really what's right for the world. They have to be stopped. And
I think that is the key phrase. He's doing what's right for the world. I don't think Joe Biden had the mental capacity to do it. I don't think Barack Obama wanted to kill any of his brothers and sisters. That's my opinion. You can run with it, clip it, whatever. Whoever's watching this, clip that. You can post it everywhere. Ben said Obama's brothers and sisters were in Iran. I don't care what right now. I'm for the safety of the American men and women. Okay. Ben, do you think we'll have to put boots on the ground? Cynthia, that's a hell of a question, Cynthia. That is let me finish this clip and I'm going to respond to that.
They've killed thousands, hundreds of thousands of people.
I'd like you to address speculation that you're leaving Ankara not in the new Air Force One because of security concerns involving Iran. You've spoken today twice about them possibly assassinating you and possibly being successful. Did that concern have something to do with it?
Well, I speak about it a lot because, you know, the life of a president is very dangerous. It's 5.2%. You know what a race car driver is? 1/10 of 1%.
Why aren't you flying on the new Air Force One home?
It's flying to Europe, to one of the big bases, 2 or 3 of the big.
See, there's some coincidences there. You know, and if I was Candace Owens, I would just say allegedly multiple times. Okay, so in the poll, 80% of the people in the poll, over 600 people voted, 400 people, said we can finish Iran without boots on the ground. I'm not an Air Force guy. I don't know all the capabilities of our bombers, of our B-2s and things like that. I don't know all of those capabilities. What I do know is Navy. I know nautical. Our ships are not named destroyers because they're pushing around rubber duckies, okay? They can shell the hell out of this place. Somebody said I would gladly enlist again if they needed my boots on the ground. I think that we can absolutely eradicate any level of defenses that they have without boots on the ground. Now, the thing with putting boots on the ground, and I want to get your opinion from anyone in the chat, and tell me if you disagree with me here. I believe boots on the ground is where you really close the deal. The boots on the ground, those are the closers. And it's not probably going to be average boots on the ground. It's going to be 82nd Airborne. It's going to be Special Forces. And I bet we already have Special Forces on the ground right now. Everything I know about the military tells me we probably already have Special Forces on the ground. Cynthia, to answer your question directly, do you think we'll have to put boots on the ground? I don't think we have to, but I think we may. And that might not be the answer you want, but I think that's as close to an answer as I can give you. I want to show you the damage here. This is the video. Iran released this video. They're trying to win over the hearts and minds of all the CNN viewers. Iran released the video of Ayatollah Khomeini's residence after airstrikes. Look at this. This is what our airstrikes can do.
این تصویر کدام روز است که بارها آن را شنیدی و دوست داشتی به آن اقتدا کنی ستونهای بر جا مانده‌ات مشت گره کرده تواند که الله اکبر گویان ایستادند شیطان هنوز فکر می‌کند که ما
I don't care what they're saying. It's something about I hate America, I'm sure. But this is the damage of the Ayatollah's residence. So, after you do this, boots on the ground are probably, if you want to extract any level of intelligence, a good friend of mine, Rob O'Neill, was on, obviously what happened to bin Laden. They carried out duffel bags of intel, of laptops, of hard drives, of iPads, phones. I think Rob told me there was like a briefcase full of phones. So finishing the deal is to get what we want. And specifically, we want that uranium that is there. That's what we really want. But this is what our military airstrikes can do. So do you need boots on the ground there? I don't know if you need it, but if you want to get what they have, that's the big one.
President Trump, what is the effectiveness of last night's attack? What message does that send to what's left of the Iranian
Which attack are you talking about?
The attack that you guys had on Iran last night.
I think it has a tremendous impact. Look, we're not attacking at the highest level. The highest level are the bridges there, which we can knock down. I would say.
Okay, so we've already heard that. Okay, gotcha. I don't want to repeat myself here or get into the reruns. Let's see here. This is what bothers me, and I want to play this real quick. While we're fighting an absolute battle in Iran, this is what we're up against. This is a Democrat socialist site. They have a Democrat socialist site, and this is how it resonates back here. I want you to listen to what she says.
And, we have a unique responsibility to act from the heart of empire, the belly of the beast. The most important thing that we can do is take that empire down from within.
Our role ultimately is to facilitate our own empire's failure in ways that we can, ultimately to overthrow our own empire.
U.S. imperialism is not a thing that can be reformed away. It has to be overthrown through revolutionary struggle.
And to build a mass movement that can use the leverage of workers to hit the kill switch on American imperialism here within the American empire.
So while we're fighting a battle there, this Democrat socialist group is trying to take us over from within. Let me grab some supers here. Sean from Sean Howa. I would gladly enlist again if they needed my boots on the ground. How many of you would lace them up again? I've still got my combat boots from 05 whenever I was there. I still got them. I've got some Danners. and the supply sergeant hooked me up with some new ones right before I left. I was with the Brits, so we had alcohol. David Gooch, great comment by David, and I want to see if anybody else agrees with David here. David says, VB, do you think Saddam was taken out purposefully to destabilize the Middle East, since we agree that was a huge mistake taking him out of power? Who was the president at that time? Was that George Bush? I believe it was George W. You know, Dave, you and I both remember all of the porta potties that were over there. And in every porta potty, there was the words KBR written in the porta potties. And if you're a veteran and you served in Iraq, that area, you know KBR. In those porta potties, the word keep Bush rich was written in every damn shitter in the Middle East. You and I both agree taking out Saddam Hussein was the worst decision. I don't put the worst decision past George Bush. I don't. And not just George, because I think he was a puppet. His advisors. Think about the people he had around him. John Bolton, Dick Cheney, Rumsfeld. Think about the people that he had around him. And then that answers your question, Dave. I firmly believe they took out Saddam, destabilized the Middle East, tried to milk as much cash as they could out of the place, and it blew up in our own face. Let's go here. Super chat from OG Burnpaul. Double A wouldn't have a problem with that. AAA is Army Airborne, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Whew, boy. Yeah, and this is the empire right here. The only thing this comrade will be taking down is an entire bag of Cool Ranch Doritos and 17 chalupas. But that's the Democrat socialists. I follow all of these clowns. I follow my enemy. Says, look at their page. I'll just show you their page. I'm a Democrat who hates the DSA, documenting their work policies, elected officials. So even the Democrats know they have a problem. And to bring it home with the problem is Graham Plattner. I feel sorry for whoever Graham Plattner endorses, because that's the mark of the beast. It's getting better. It's getting better. The Secretary of War is now posting Trump's retribution post. Look at this. Department of War, Pete Hegseth, used to be my boss, 3 American flags. I don't know the significance of 3 American flags. And then the post here, Donald Trump in retribution. Nothing is happening here coincidentally, okay? This is in retribution for yesterday's bombing of ships by Iran. If it happens again, it'll get much worse. You and I all know that that is not a coincidence. This president doesn't run on coincidences, okay? We both know that. Let's get here. There's more stuff coming in. U.S. strikes targeted Chabar City. Okay, that's something we've already seen. I want to check out CENTCOM's page here. I can't even spell CENTCOM right now. You can bet your bottom dollar that Iran can spell CENTCOM. Let's see what we got here with CENTCOM posting some stuff here. CENTCOM. Today, more than 20 U.S. Navy warships patrolling the waters across the Middle East. Okay, we'll get inspired here. Let's get a little inspiration. Let's go. Let's do it. It's the Navy. I love the Navy. No audio on the clip. Okay. All right. But that's the retaliation factor that we've got going on right now. Let's see what else we got here. More explosions. This is in retribution. I'm glad that Trump posted this. I really am. Now, the other thing that We've got the hatred coming here at home. Let me go and let me just see what else we've got here. And you can follow me on X at Navy Vet. I don't know if anyone saw this. I can't really play the audio. I'll probably get the copyright, but this is just a joke that somebody posted about old Mitch McConnell, and they play it to the Thriller music. This is AI, YouTube, it's AI. And this is the Thriller soundtrack of, old Mitch getting jiggy with it as one of the zombies. I had to share this. So follow me over on X. We troll them all everywhere. Here, how many of you agree with this? MAGA is the new Republican. Rhinos are the old Democrats. Democrats are the new communists. How many of you agree with this? Because I firmly believe that this is the reality that we are living in. That this entire post is 1,000% true. I'm going to do this real quick. I want to understand what people are thinking in the chat. Somebody sent me something here. Okay. Trump said EU countries came together. I hate to say I don't care about any of these EU countries, but I really don't care about any of these EU countries. Let's see here. Whoever endorses, this is what I want to talk about right here. Whoever endorses, Graham Plattner endorses if he steps down, that's the new mark of the beast. I really feel sorry for whoever he endorses. California, G-Dub, they're bringing it back for you, brother. California wants to add black English classes in the school. They're bringing back Ebonics out, and G-Dub might be a new professor, an Ebonics professor out in California. Let's do this. Let's see what we got. Somebody said Republican fascist versus Democrat communism according to the left. Yeah, we're all fascist, right? And nobody cared about this, Graham Plattner, right? Nobody cares about this guy. Let's see here. I want to get back and grab some other stuff, see what else is actually happening in the area right now. Let's go here. See what else we got. Graham Plattner. There's a lot of stuff about that. If you haven't seen this, I'll go ahead and show you this one too. They are trolling the hell out of Mitch McConnell. I don't know if you saw that meme of the basketball chick, the WNBA, but this is it right here. Right. This is Mitch McConnell pointing at all the people that said that he's still alive. It's pretty funny. I'm all about trolling these people. They need to be viciously trolled. And the same people that need to be viciously trolled are the ones that celebrated Charlie Kirk, that thing that happened to him. Let's go here. I want to grab some other stuff here. Let's see. Iran ceasefire. Ceasefire is so far from over, it's not even funny. For anyone that says the United States is not doing anything at the border, 1.5 million in booger sugar seized by Customs and Border Patrol in soccer balls. In soccer balls. That's crazy. That's the only image that they'll release. They're going to come out. Kash Patel will probably have a what do you call it? Press conference about this. Let's go here. I want to pull this up here real quick. Okay. And let's do this. We got the balls to take the calls here. Okay, guys. Why not, right? Nobody else will. So many people just don't want to do this. And I'm going to keep this up at the, keep this up here so we can grab some actual real-time stuff here as it comes in. That way we can keep scrolling what's happening right now. Our Air Force targeted tonight already a massive strikes. Oil refinery Laven, Chongdak's military positions, port area. Okay, let's grab some calls here. These are all the targets that have been hit right now. Feel free to call in 615-475-7864. Let's go here. That didn't take long. G-Dub, I hear you're going to be teaching Black English classes soon. Okay.
I ain't got no business teaching nobody's children how to speak the proper English.
We was, right? G-Dub, G-Dub, what are your thoughts? What's going on right now? What do you think about all the stuff that's kicking off?
Man, I love the fact that Trump does play 4D chess. I know that's an overused phrase now, but it is true. Nobody can now accuse him of being too rash or rushing into this too fast or too quick. He just demonstrated to the entire world that there is no negotiating with these idiots. You can give them chance after chance after chance, and they're going to continue to act stupid. So at this point, it's time to wipe them off the face of the earth. You know, like they say, turn it into a glass factory. We don't need boots on the ground, because you know what I'm saying? And then let the people over there rise up and take over their country, and we just be done with the whole thing.
Is it time for them to axe somebody?
They need to axe somebody.
G-Dub, thank you for calling, brother. I really appreciate you. Always a pleasure to chat. Take care.
All right.
There we go. G-Dub, fresh out of Compton. Okay, so this is more image here. Look at that mushroom cloud, literally. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. A lot of people are agreeing with G-Dub. G-Dub, you know, I agree with what G-Dub said. Trump has given them every damn opportunity available to, let's say, get right with the Lord. Before doing this, look at this map of the strikes that have been hit tonight. He has given them ample opportunity. And now, you know, the opportunity's over. Let's go, Brian, Lime, Ohio. What you got, Brian?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Amazing.
Hey, for all the people that want boots on the ground, I got one phrase for you. Remember Hiroshima.
Okay. You think that I don't think Trump's using an atomic weapon or a nuclear weapon in Iran. I don't see him ever doing that.
Right. I know, but we got that in our back pocket.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I just don't see President Trump being the president that goes down in history that uses that weapon. I don't see that.
Right.
Not for Iran.
Right. And I understand it, but these people are stupid. They have 62 IQs. They're lower than Somalian IQs by about 6 points. I mean, if he threatens it, does that bring him to the table?
I don't know, man. I don't know what Iran is doing. Sadly, I don't think Iran knows what they're doing either. I don't think they have anyone that knows what they're actually doing. Somebody said here, honestly, boots on the ground is better than nukes. Okay. Good point. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you calling, brother. God bless you.
Yep.
Big salute to Brian. Brian's a Navy vet. Honestly, boots on the ground is better than nukes. David Gooch, remember what it did to the relationship with Japan. You're right about that. Peter Stauber, Moabs do some pretty good damage. When I go over to, when I drive down to Dallas, I drive through, is it Lawton, Oklahoma? It's right over near there. I drive through Oklahoma, just north of Dallas, and they have a Moab sitting right in the middle of the road. There's a big military base there where they manufacture the Moab, and those things are huge. I'm talking Bohica huge. Nukes don't stop at the border, got greater weapons than the A-bomb. I agree. I think we turn off their power, things change. Hit them with an EMP. Let's go here. Line 4. What do you got? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Ben, I'm calling from the Ozark Mountains, not too far from where you're at.
Oh, man. Thank you for calling. What's going on?
Well, the thing about the nukes, if people who know these people who are in control in Iran, they actually want us to nuke them. They really do. They want us to. So that wouldn't solve anybody's problem at all. These are crazy people, and Trump did. He got to know them. I think he finally figured that out. That's what I think, anyway. And I've been studying Iran since 1979. One of the hostages lived in my neighborhood, and we had a parade for him when he came home. Yellow ribbons on every tree.
No
it's been
kidding.
personal to me for a long time.
Wow, that's crazy. What part of Arkansas? You said you're in the Ozarks. What part?
Yeah, around Clinton, Arkansas is where
Okay,
home
all
is
right,
here.
I got you. You know,
Yeah, my home. I'm sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
you know, I think that, like somebody said, I think we would do boots on the ground before we got anywhere near the nuclear triad. I really don't see that ever. I don't see Trump being the person that does that.
Yeah, I agree. And hopefully behind the scenes, they are arming the vast majority of the Iranians who hate the IRGC. I hope that's happening, like someone else said.
Yeah, yeah, you're probably right. Go ahead and finish your thought. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that was it. I just think I hope that is the case, that they are being, the vast majority of the Iranians are not for those. They're not like that. There are millions who are, but I think the vast majority are against the Islamists in control there.
Well, probably one of the greatest things that these people can do with their mostly peaceful religion is die for it. I mean, that they all want to reach martyrhood. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They all want to reach martyrhood. Yeah, they want that.
The theology of these people, not to go far into it, but I know a whole lot about it because I've studied it for a long time. They want to bring about some global catastrophe in their religious viewpoint. I'll just leave it at that. They want to do that. Actually.
You're absolutely. One last question for you before we go. We've got so much stuff coming up right now in the United States and occurring in the United States right now. Iran has made open threats against our president. We have a World Cup going on. We have, I would say, hundreds of thousands of foreign people here in the United States right now just for the World Cup. We have millions that came in here illegally. We're about to have the Olympics. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is the likelihood of something happening here?
Oh man, I'd hate to even say what I think.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's a 1.
I hope it's a 1 as well. I do too. I pray for a 1. Thank you for calling, brother. God bless you. Woo pig.
Thank you, brother.
Razorback, or he's in the Ozarks. He's got to be a Razorback fan. Let me grab this comment from Gooch. Venezuela proved what we can do overnight. Anything else is about lining pockets with money. I'm giving you, that's possibly comment of the day.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
I think that is quite possibly comment of the day. War is profitable. Lines are open. 615-475-7864 if you want to get in, if you've got a question, comment, concern, you've got a something you want to share with the group, to go to the AA sort of thing right there. What's up, Warlord 3517? What's up, brother? We have the capabilities, but are we going to use them? Somebody said, go Vols. Josh, don't get flushed. Don't get flushed here. Don't get flushed. Somebody said Bush was in the Warren Commission. Brian Newland, Bush Sr. was on the Warren Commission. That is telling. That's very telling. What did he cover up there for sure, right? Let's see here. Sarge, I'm at your mom's house. Thank you, Sarge King Fartalot. Her iced tea is horrible. It's too sweet. It's way too sweet for me. Tell her I said hello, actually. And I'll tell yours the same. I'll tell your sister the same thing. Typically, we just, if we want a lip out of her, we'd scrape it off of our zipper. But thank you for that. I really appreciate it. If Trump dropped a nuke, it would cause World War III. I agree with that. At the direction of Commander-in-Chief, Central Command forces have started conducting additional strikes against Iran. I want to go back and check and see if we've got any updates on the telly. Let's see if we've got any updates on the telly. That's where we can get something here. Coming in late. Here we go. We do have an update. Okay. Let's see what this update is. General Kellogg urges Trump to end the Iran conflict. Okay, Kellogg is I think he taught at the War College is where this guy taught at. He is not your run-of-the-mill talking head. This guy has a lot a lot of experience. Let's go here. Let's go there.
Fire is over, the president says, and the agreement between the two nations was a, quote, waste of time.
It seems that the war with Iran may start again. What do you expect from your European allies?
I don't think it's going to start again. I think it's going to go very quickly. They hit a couple of ships, and so we hit them much harder. When they hit, we hit 10 times harder. I think anything that happens is going to be over very quickly, and we'll only make it safer, including for oil.
Let's bring in retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, former assistant to President Trump and former special presidential envoy for Ukraine. So the president at NATO, not in that particular news conference, but an earlier event during the day, said that he pretty much thinks that Iran's going to get whacked again tonight. Listen to what he said.
We hit them very hard last night, very, very hard. Probably hit them hard again tonight. I'll give them a little warning. We're going to hit them hard tonight.
So here's the question that I have, because we've been at this for 3 months now. Is it time to stop pussyfooting around with the IRGC and just give them a knockout blow?
Yeah, well, I think, John, it's good to be with you. Yes. I mean, it's clearly yes. And I think there's really this memorandum, 14-point memorandum, really kind of obfuscated the issue. You know, I'm a big believer in principles of war. One of them is simplicity. I'll make it really simple for you. Number one, we're going to send in the IAEA to get the enriched uranium, if we can get to it, with American advisors. And, oh, by the way, you don't get to get any restrictions. We're going to go where we want to go. Number two, we're going to open up the Strait of Hormuz, and we're going to do it militarily. And if we need to, if they sink a tanker, we'll take your assets, make it fungible, and then we're going to replace those assets that you lost. And number three, we're telling the Iranians, knock it off with the neighbors. You don't attack UAE, you don't attack Qatar, you don't help Hamas or Hezbollah or anybody else. And then they're not. And the other thing is we're not negotiating as equals. Right now we're treating them as equals. They're not. Iraqis.
That's a powerful point. We have treated them as equals, and they're not. Fart knocker. We don't need boots on the ground. There's a lot of people that are going to disagree with you, Fart knocker. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Do you think that might be one of the mistakes that Trump made? Was he treated these people too fairly? And I know a lot of the Democrats don't ever give Trump the credit for treating people fairly, but I think he might have been too nice. Early on, I believe he was too nice. Let's go here, line one. Go right ahead.
Might have been. Hey, what's your stance on the Kurds in Western Iran? That's all I got to say. Go ahead.
I don't trust them. I don't trust the Kurds. Not at all. I don't believe. I think they're very unpredictable. I think we've armed them before, and basically every country we've ever armed, they wind up using those arms against us. I think the Kurds do have a use. They have a purpose. But I think they're in it for themselves, and it could be just another problem. It could be a short-term solution that leads to another problem. What are your thoughts?
Well, you may be right about that. I think that it's a small step in the right direction.
Okay, I really appreciate your call, brother.
Yes, sir. It's one other point on that. I wanted to just say, like, I think that it's possible, not probable, but I think it's possible that they maybe moving those arms, maybe delayed small arms from that we dropped over to the Kurds into the Iranians' hands. So I would love for that to happen.
I think the Kurds are useful. I just don't know after the usefulness, what do they do next? You know what I mean? Like what happens after that? So
I think they should have their own state, their own country.
I agree with that. I firmly agree with that. You're 100% right. Thank you for calling. I really appreciate it. Great call. A couple other people tried calling in while we're in the conversation there. Let's go here. Line 3. What do you got, line 3? You got to turn the audio down in the background or I'll hang up on you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'll turn it down. Hold on a second.
Hold on. What you got?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How's it going there, Ben?
Great. What would you like to say?
Yeah, Ben, my name is Jim Steffen. I live here in Nebraska, and, I watch your show and so on. I went on 2 Westpacks, and I appreciate your service over there in the Middle East.
Yes, sir.
Being a submariner, and we used to lovingly call you guys bubbleheads. So
absolutely,
you may remember some of my emails, but I'm really fascinated as how long this has gone on, and it seems as though every week that goes by, reinforcements are coming in from up north. And it really shocks me as there's a bit of stupidity here where they take a break for 2, 3, 4 weeks. And in the meantime, they're being reinforced with missiles. When I'm saying they, I'm talking about the IRGC, of course.
Okay.
So my point is like, you either get after this thing or you walk away. There's really no choice.
I think that General Kellogg made a statement that we have treated them as equals. And I think if there's any criticism I would give Trump, he's been too nice. He has treated them with too much. He humanized people that don't value humans, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
No, I get you. Yeah.
He treated them like they valued human life, like they valued the people that are in their country. And I think once Trump realized that they don't value their own people, why should we value or why should we treat those people with any level of decency? And it's like I said at the beginning, you were in the Navy, I was in the Navy. I've been in some bar fights. There reaches a second in the bar fight where you realize you're either about to get hit in the face first or you're hitting the other guy first. And I believe we should have maybe punched them in the face a few more times before now. You know what I mean? That's my, and Tommy brings up a great point. Trump was such a nice guy, he didn't attack them at the funeral. Looking back, it would have been a great time for some B2s at that Ayatollah funeral. They worship the guy, let him go visit the son of a bitch.
I'll tell you what, I was putting down, I watch you and a couple of other, I don't do the Fox News and all this other crap.
Sure.
Between you and about 2 or 3 other folks that I follow, I put down in my suggestions, this is the time to carpet bomb these people.
Yeah.
You got the who's who showing up. Do them. Going back to what you're saying, they don't respect anything.
Do you know the one thing that I've wondered where they have been? I have not heard the mention of the phrase C-130 because the C-130 gunships could do a lot. And I haven't seen, and maybe I'm missing it, but I haven't seen any of that. I haven't seen the C-130s. It's been precise airstrikes. And maybe the C-130, there's probably somebody in the chat that understands a little bit more about that.
Right.
But that's where I'm at. Man, I appreciate you calling. I'm going to be driving through Nebraska as soon as I can get up to Montana. You take care. Stay out of trouble. I'm going to some place. The last time I was there, I was right outside of Omaha. Went to this restaurant, had like a testicle festival. It was fantastic.
Well,
I'll look up the name.
I live in Lincoln, Ben. How far are you from Pulaski there in Tennessee?
Oh, I'm in Arkansas. I live in Arkansas.
Oh, you're in Arkansas, so the 615. Okay. No, I was just saying, I live in Lincoln. So, I'm a vet here in Lincoln, but have a safe trip. And I appreciate your podcast and everything you're doing as far as, you're doing great. So God bless you, and I appreciate everything. Thank you.
Appreciate it. I'm just a dumb submarine guy over here. You take care. God bless you. Lines are open. C-130 Hercules. Okay. I haven't seen us using, hold up. Here we go. Disgusting text. What did King Doe put in the chat? Let's see. I've got this great little search tool that I can like find things. We'll just go ahead and ban you. Let's ban King Doe. King Doe, you're gone. Subvet, hold on just a second. I've got to flush King Doe for some nasty comments. Just a second. Stand by. Let's go with we'll go with the aft head toilet here. We're going to blow sands real quick. Stand by.
There's divers working over the side.
We're blowing sands. King Doe, you're gone. You're not going to come in here and say stuff like that. What do you got to say, brother? God bless you.
Well, I got a theory on this whole Iran thing, man. So we're a year removed from Midnight Hammer, which I believe was successful. Huya, USS Georgia, putting in the work. But you know the community I work in. There has been no talk. There has been no discussion about retrieval. None. So it's got me thinking that while Midnight Hammer probably did take out their ability to enrich further, but they separated the lock from the key. So anything they had that was enriched, I think they got it out of there. Because, like I said, there's no discussion going down right now. If there was, I'd be involved in it. So if they got it out, I think that's why we see Trump being so restrictive and hesitant, ceasefire, not ceasefire, because if we blow all the targets, we have nothing to negotiate with to get the uranium from them. I think they have it hiding somewhere. I think they have it safe.
You think we got it out or they got it out?
They moved it away from the targets that we took out during Operation Midnight Hammer. That's why Trump's negotiating so much, is because he's trying to get them to hand it over.
Have you seen the latest? I've got this latest map. I've got a map here. I've got access. Somebody gave me some really good access to the latest map of targets that have been hit. On the map, there's a little town. I say town. It's called Mashhad, and it is hundreds. I would say it's probably 1,000 miles inland from the Strait of Hormuz. And there is a target package that was conducted here. And it's an airport. And they hit this strikes on an airport. And what you're saying tells me that's either where they were getting it out of, because I don't know why the United States would strike an airport. I'm going to easily say it's 1,000 miles inland from the Strait of Hormuz.
And that's kind of why I thought they were trying to run the blockade quite a few times. I'm like, they're trying to get their uranium out of Iran. There's a plane. It's called it's called the Sniffer.
Okay,
Basically,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
we haven't picked up anything as far as airborne radioactive material. Now, granted, it was underground, but it's just, I can't shake this feeling. And I think that's why Trump is trying to negotiate so much, is because he's trying to get his hands back on that stuff.
That's true. Man, thank you for calling. I really appreciate
Absolutely.
you. You take care.
Hey, so you know, I texted my YouTube channel link to your cell phone.
I'll get it on there. I'll get it on there. You take care, brother. God bless you. Here we go. This, for anybody that's epileptic, this is that sniffer plane that he's talking about that can, and lines are open. This is what will find nuclear material, is this sniffer airplane. It literally sniffs radioactive material. And that's the plane that he's talking about. This is inside of that ship. They've got various equipment where they track the movement of nuclear material. This is technology that is insane. King Doe, yeah, you're gone. Sorry, I just don't care. Bambilo, sorry about that. I'm glad that we got rid of that guy. I don't like the vulgar stuff. Somebody with a daughter, with a wife. I try not to play games with those people that do that. So I'm sorry that, I can't control stupidity. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Love to talk to you. Give me your opinion. I know we've got a lot of people in the chat that are ex-military, have knowledge that is much greater than I do. And I always assume that the chat is smarter than I am. I always assume that. Let's see here. I want to grab some other comments that are rolling in. We'll try to get as many of those as we can. I saw some supers roll in here. What do we got? I think that comment by Gooch about Venezuela is so true. Let's see here. Pardon me. Let me grab that call there. 512 area code. Where are you calling from?
Oh, hey, calling from Tennessee, Ben, and I just wanted to correct some information. Bush Sr. was not on the Warren Commission, but President Ford was.
Ford was, Bush Sr. wasn't. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Hey, you're welcome.
Now, where are you calling from?
Just outside of Nashville, Tennessee.
Just outside. I've been to the Grand Ole Opry half a dozen times, probably. Love it. Absolutely love it. And
that's awesome.
What is the vibe there around Nashville? Because I know that's a very liberal city. What's your thoughts there?
It is hard to get people to opine much. You know, everybody stays pretty close to the vest with their opinions because
why?
You know, I don't know. That's what I've noticed here. Yeah. There's some people that speak up, though. I mean, I have some people at my church very vocal about their support of Trump and what's going on. You know, it was funny, like when you showed the thing on Fox and the guy says the final blow, like, should we go in for the final blow? What does that look like, right? I mean, what does that look like, the final blow? Because these guys will never give up. I think we witnessed their mentality, right? And unless you've studied Islam, you don't understand their mentality.
Yeah, the greatest honor they can have is dying as a martyr. That's the greatest thing. These people do things with backpacks, and we know what that is.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling. God bless you.
You bet. God bless you too.
Great call. Line 2, go right ahead. Line 2,
Hello?
go right ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Ben.
Yes, sir.
Am I on? Okay. This is Ron, Navy guy, 84 through 89 on the USS Kalamazoo. But anyway.
Kalamazoo. Go for it. What you got, brother?
Yeah, my comment is about Trump. You know, I think he's given every chance he can to them so in the long run, the mainstream media will not eat him up.
You think he's played too nice? You think he's played too nice?
I don't think he's playing too nice. I think he's ready to go in and get him. But I think he's playing every option to give them the chance to come forward. And there's going to be an end to it where if this is going to end and he's just going to go in and take them out.
You know, some of the people that I respected the most when I was in the Navy, I had a chief of the boat. He looked like the guy from the Dunkin' Donuts commercials, right? But
oh, really? Okay.
He looked like that. His name was Anthony Augustine. He was an A-gang master chief. He was a diesel boat guy, and he just exuded anger. But if he had your back, you were untouchable. And I think that's the way Trump is in some of his demeanor. If Trump has your back, you're untouchable. But if you're at the ire of his anger, this is what happens in overnight. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Yeah. And I think Trump has tried to help them as much as they can out of respect for the people there that are under horrible regime. Shipmate, I really appreciate you calling. God bless you, brother. Yeah. I really appreciate it.
Same to you, and I enjoy your show, man.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot coming from a fellow squid. There we go. Or a fellow Navy guy. Squids are submarine qualified until I die. There we go. The caller must have used to have lived in Austin, Texas 502. Okay, gotcha. Ever talk to Matt Tardio? I like Matt. Great content. Line 2, go right ahead.
You know, what I wonder is we are there to help the people of Iran. That was what this was originally about. How come we haven't done things like go after the strong arm, the police departments? You know, how come we haven't bombed every single police department that that does the bidding for the IRGC or for the mullahs or whatever they are over there that are running the show. You know, I think we need to be a little bit more tougher on what we're doing. It just, I don't know, it just seems like
What led you to believe we were
it's
there for
back
the
and
people
forth.
of Iran? What led you to
Well,
believe that?
That's what they kept saying in the beginning. And if in the people of Iran, if you watch the I wouldn't call them protests because they're pro-America, the Iranian people. You know, I'm out here on the West Coast, so I see what happens in Seattle and Portland, and where they have to have security so that they can get protection from the crazy purple-haired people that are out here. And they want the regime to be taken out. Well, how come we're not going after the people that back those people, like the police departments? You know, honestly, you know, here in America, what's the first line of defense? The police departments. That's who you would go after first if you were them. You know, I don't know. I just think if we're there to help the people, why aren't we helping the people? And why aren't we listening to the Iranians that are here in America?
Okay, hold on. I don't believe the police are the ones that are killing 54,000 of their people. That's the IRGC. That is the Ayatollah. Now, I haven't seen a lot of footage or news coverage of the police. I haven't seen that. What I've seen is these mosquito boats, and I don't think the police are launching ballistic missiles. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the police are doing that. I agree with you. I do believe that they have, you know, posse comitatus. They're using the military as police there. I don't think Trump is going to drop bombs on police stations. I think he is strategically targeting, and I think he's targeting facilities, utilities. I think he's going to target desalination plants. And it's ironic that you could bring a country to its heels that is a very viable, one of the largest world's oil exporter, and you turn off their water and it brings them to their knees. That's what I think. I appreciate. What part of the West Coast are you at? You're out in Seattle, you said?
I'm in Washington State, in the good part of the state. I stay away from Puget Sound. I think if he goes after the desalination plants, though, people are going to think that we're going after the people because the citizens will be affected by that.
Oh, like a war crime.
So, like a war crime. I don't know. I don't necessarily believe that. I personally feel that, you know, in the beginning of the war, they were getting all their supplies brought into them. How come we haven't bombed every single major road in and out of all the ports? You know, stopped any kind of commerce from other nations that are trying to support the war effort. Obviously, because they want to, you know, not affect the people as much. Because, you know, the Iranian people are great people. I think they even like Americans. Is that they're just like any other nation in this world that gets tired of the people that are running them.
Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate it. I got a lot of friends over in Yakima and Zilla. You take care. I really appreciate it. God bless you.
73.
There we go. Line 2, go. Line 2 hung up. All right, line 2, call back. Here we go. Line 2, go right ahead.
Hey, Ben, story from Wisconsin. We
Joey,
talked
what's
more
up?
briefly this morning about Britain. They're really heavily involved in what's going on in terms of geopolitics.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I don't want you to plug somebody else's YouTube site, but I think everybody should check out this lady. It's called Promethean Updates.
Yeah, I know
And
Barbara
it gives you
and
a really good idea. You know what I'm talking. It's a really good idea of how Britain has had their fingers in this, and even with Iran, British Petroleum, they've had their fingers in this for a long time, and that's why you notice how Putin and Trump are kind of trying to work things out because they realize it's been Great Britain has been the problem throughout all of this.
Who's pulling the
I mean,
strings in England?
People should check out and try to dig on some geopolitics, you know?
I know Barbara and I know Susan and I know their producer. And the one question that I ask both of them multiple times is, who's pulling the strings in England? Because it's not the royal family. It is not Rupert Lowe. It is not Keir Starmer. If Britain is so heavily engaged in controlling everything, who's that person?
I believe it's stuff like Lloyd's of London, stuff like that because they're losing money hand over fist by insuring these ships. British Petroleum, which has had their fingers in Iranian oil for I don't know how long.
Sure.
So I mean, I can't, none of us know the major players, but I definitely know it's not Starmer, but it's definitely somebody of, these multi-billionaires that I mentioned. I'm just trying to dabble a little bit more in geopolitics to see what's making it tick. And it all seems to come back to Great Britain, my brother.
Well, here's the thing. Britain caused most of their own problems whenever they went out and claimed 2/3 of the world in the name of the crown. And then they wonder why all the Indians and Pakistanis have taken over their country. Thank you for calling, brother. God bless you. God bless you. Really appreciate that. Great call. Oh, does anyone, I see this comment here. City of London. Do you know how big the city of London actually is? It's like less than a square mile. It's not even a square mile. Let's go line 3. What do you got?
Hey, I just want to make a statement about the last man that called about us going to Iran, about the people. We went there to get rid of get rid of the nuclear bomb. And I believe that Trump is slowed down because I think he wants to protect the innocent people. He doesn't want to blow everybody up.
I agree.
just want to make it clear on that application of us.
I
We
agree
went there
with
to
that.
protect the people.
Yeah, I don't think Trump went there with the intention of killing innocent people. I don't think anybody goes into that at the beginning of that. But war gets dirty. When you wash your dog,
I agree.
you're going to get wet, right?
I definitely think that Trump should have, in my humble opinion, he slowed down too fast. I think the same thing I think he really thought that he'd get over on these guys. I thought he could talk to them. You can't talk to these guys. They're not going to quit. You got to eradicate them.
I agree.
It's sad, but they're not going to give up. You just got to beat them to the ground.
What part of Washington are you in? I noticed the 360 code.
I'm in Goldendale.
Goldendale.
Just south of Yakima.
Yeah. See, I've got a really good friend of mine who lives in Yakima, Zilla, Toppenish, around that area. Really appreciate your call, man. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. I really appreciate your show. God bless you, brother.
God bless you. Keep on fighting, brother. There we go. Great call out of the communist state of Washington. I always like to bring up some Charlie Kirk posts, some Charlie Kirk tweets, to see, to remind us of how smart that guy was and how much was taken away from us. Bahrain was reportedly striking alongside Iran, U.S. forces tonight. Okay. Striking Iran forces. Let's go here. Tommy, what you got?
Hey, Donald Trump doesn't want to hurt any innocent people. Nobody does. But Donald Trump just figured out there are no innocent people in Iran. You understand?
Not that are making decisions.
If he
Not that are
didn't know
making
all of
decisions.
this 40 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
then if he didn't know all of this 40 years ago when he said it 40 years ago, that these people are trouble, all of them, they are all Islam. The good ones, there are no good people on earth, remember?
You're not wrong. Who
are these people who are
they
being
don't like
good
us.
to try to get to heaven?
They don't
You
like
can't
us.
do it. And they hate us. And they're termites. They're going to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. And Donald Trump, the one thing he didn't know is the depth of their faith. And this is what he figured out, that they are all pretty much rotten when it's compared to Christ and America. Okay? And everybody is bad. So there's no argument there.
Okay. Tommy, thank you for calling, brother. God bless you.
Got it, buddy.
Let's go here. Line 4. Go right ahead. Line 4. Mort calling Orson. Line 4.
Hi, Ben. This is Cody from Tampa, Florida.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just want to say, I think that funeral yesterday was a psyop because most Muslims are buried between 24 to 72 hours after death. And didn't we blow them up like a month ago?
I believe it was in February. I think they took him out in February.
So I guess they put him on ice for that long. I've never heard of such a thing in the Muslim community.
I'm not familiar with their burial procedures.
Well, we took what's his face out to sea within 24 hours and put him in the water. So
I know why that was done. I know why that was done.
But so it just is like, that is so weird to me that they just kept him on ice, I guess, the bits and pieces of him.
The reason they did that to to Osama bin Laden, the reason they did that to Osama bin Laden was because his face was unrecognizable, and if the right people would have seen it, some people may or may not have been charged with war crimes, is what I was told. Okay. That's
interesting. I just found it weird. And there was just so many Catholics, like, not just one. It was just weird.
Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate you. God bless you.
All right. I love you. I watch you all the time. Have a good night.
Cody in Tampa, thank you very much. Lines are open. How many people think Mitch McConnell's alive? How many of you think that Mitch McConnell is alive? I like Scott Jennings said that he talked to him. I don't know if he really talked to him. He may have talked to someone he thought was him. Let's go troll under the bridge. What you got, brother?
Hey, how you been, Ben?
Amazing. What would you like to say?
Hey, I got kind of a different idea here. You know how we've been crippling their logistics and ways to move things around to very specific locations?
Sure.
Now, what if he's been drawing this out because we know that they have more than 400 kilograms of the uranium, and they're trying to use more of our information gathering to figure out exactly where the stuff is at right now, because we know the Iranians constantly lie. Everything they say is a lie. So using this time, this excess time right now, to pinpoint all this stuff that's around in different locations. And they can't move it because it takes specialized equipment to move it, and the sniffer and all of our satellites will pick it up.
You could be right. You very well could be right. I mean, there's a lot of what ifs, but to get away from the what if, what is warheads are getting dropped on foreheads right now. And there's a lot of stuff that's probably getting covered up right now. That's the reality, you know. That's the reality.
They definitely need more warheads on foreheads, that's for sure.
And
definitely need that glass part.
I lay the blame of everything happening in Iran on the previous 7 presidents. That's what I put.
Oh, for sure. They didn't have their balls dropped to go out and do anything about it.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for calling, Troll. God bless you.
Have a good one.
Yes, sir. Troll up there. Somebody said Howard Gardens. Scott Jennings lied. He might not have lied. With the use of AI and voice changers, he could have very well been talking to someone that he thought he could have been talking to a damn bot. How many of you get robocalls and it sounds like the police association, right? Howard, I don't think you can say that Scott Jennings is a liar. Scott Jennings may have very well been talking to something, to some machine. Let's go line 4. What do you got?
Hey, go Balls. You said you're going to kick me out of chat.
I'm flushing any Tennessee fans. Go right ahead.
Go Big Orange.
What you
I'm
got?
just kidding.
What you got?
I just want to call check in with you tonight, man. See how you're doing.
Well, I really appreciate it. There's a lot of people that, that like me. I get a lot of trolls that hate me, and sadly, I just don't care.
I got a bunch of chops. You're an Arkansas fan and Alabama fan. And I'm in Knoxville, so I got a bunch of chops.
I live in Arkansas. I am an Alabama fan through and through. I got some stuff back here you're not going to recognize. It's called National Championship footballs. You won't recognize those things. And I think
a few years. You're right.
You guys are still paying Philip Fulmer, right? And are you still paying Lane Kiffin too?
Yeah, we just kicked all those scumbags out of our campus a couple of years back for paying hamburger money.
I work within a mile of the University of Arkansas, and full disclosure.
I'm literally like 3 miles away from the campus,
So here's full disclosure. I work about less than a mile from the university. When I started my job as a veteran service officer here, the University of Arkansas has a ROTC program. They didn't have a real connection to the veteran community. I made friends with the athletic director, Hunter Yurachek, and we have established a military appreciation day for football, baseball, basketball, and every other sport. And during football season, I've got some images I'll share. About 6 years ago, I took 90 veterans to the Texas-Arkansas game on the field.
Oh man, that was sweet.
We watched the entire game from the sideline, and these are veterans that have never seen football from that thing. Texas was supposed to blow them out. Arkansas took them to the woodshed, and I'm not even an Arkansas. I'm guilty of being an Arkansas fan by association because of how much they've done here for veterans.
You gotta love your team that you live at. I mean, you know, when I lived at Georgia, I like the Bulldogs, and I look at them.
Yeah. I mean, I have to give credit where credit's due. The University of Arkansas let me bring some veterans on the field, 90 of them on the field. I think we got disconnected. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. We got disconnected there, and I really apologize for that. Dadgummit. That's me being a low-tech redneck. But that's literally what happened, okay? And you know what? I think that might be a sign. That could very well be a sign. I don't know. I'll take one more call if anybody wants to get in here. I'll take one more. If anybody wants to call in, feel free. Let me know. 700 IRGC in Canada protest. We got a 918 area code. Talk to me. It looks like an Oklahoma number. What you got?
Yes, sir. This is Eric Martin over here in Oklahoma.
Eric in Oklahoma. What you got to say, Eric?
Well, sir, I think Trump, he's played too nice too long.
Too nice too long? Okay.
Yes, sir. These boys have, we got the toughest group on the block. You know, these guys are so dug in. They're a bunch of cave monkeys, and then they just keep regrouping, and just to be little assholes, run around the block, causing all kinds of shit. And
okay.
They know they're sitting on an oil mine. And they're just being assholes.
Okay.
We need to just eliminate their problem. And the problem is the snake in the grass. Islam is the snake. The grass is the Muslims. I don't know if you've seen that meme, but it makes so much sense.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate it. It's going to be hard to defeat an ideology. You can't fight an ideology. Thank you for calling. It's going to be tough to defeat an ideology. With that being said, let me grab this. I want to see this real quick. This is something that I just saw pop up here. This is the governor of Kentucky, Honorable Mitch McConnell. He sent a letter to Mitch McConnell. Over the last several weeks, Kentuckians have grown increasingly concerned about the state of your health and well-being and ability to hold office in the United States Senate. As governor, I request you fully update Kentuckians regarding the current status of your health. As public office holders, we have made a commitment to our constituents to do our best to represent them. Andy Beshear is a raging leftist, but this is a smart move if you're a leftist governor. Because if they can prove something's wrong or McConnell's gone, they're going to do a special election. That's what's going to happen. Uh-oh. Super chat from King of Biltong. Thank you. You're always bringing us real news. King of Biltong sent me my package of Biltong. Let me bring up his King of Biltong. Let me pull this up. It's always the easiest way for me to do this. Dadgummit Biltong. Here we go. Spike protein-free Biltong is what he's offering right here. Okay? And you need to go check him out. Anton Patriotic. I guess he's African-American. Anton's African-American, just like Ilhan Omar. Look at that. Look at that right there. Boer Wormer's Farmer Sausage. Look at that. Anton, you're driving me crazy here, brother. You're driving me crazy. But go check out Biltong USA. I'm going to bring up his website here. Biltong USA. Check Anton out. Give him a call. He's in North Dallas, I believe, is where his actual parts unknown are. And the stuff is amazing. You'll thank me later. Go check it out. I'll put the contact information up on the screen right here if you want to take a picture of that. 3814 US Highway 287, Sunset, Texas. There's his phone number right there. Call Anton. Tell him the Ben Dyke Show sent you. And you know what everybody needs every now and then? Some damn meat. You need some meat. Give Anton a call, 682-237-2330. Anton's King of Biltong, USA. And this is the Ben Dyke Show.